How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin, and today's topic of discussion is going to be know your limitations. Know your limitations. When I'm thinking about this topic, I'm thinking about this on a broad array of things on knowing your limitations. Knowing your limitations with people, work, just the things that you're capable of, your temperament, attitude, the whole nine. I'm thinking about just knowing how far you're able to go before you're feeling like you're out of control. And the reason why it's important to know your limitations is so you're not pushed beyond your boundaries, and then you're left with surprises. Surprises with your attitude, your behavior, some of the things that you say, some of the ways that you react to people. Then here comes the apologies. The apologies are needed because you've acted outside of yourself, because you didn't know your boundaries. These are some of the reasons why we talk about the things that we talk about on this channel. In dealing with people in a healthy manner, knowing the things that you need before you go on, and whatever it is that you're doing. Know your limits. One of the things that I thought about that I kind of chuckled to myself on when I first picked up the topic and thought about what I was going to say in this video was, I thought about how with certain people, I've noticed that when they get ready to hit those limitations, they make comments or say things along these lines. Boy, I'm just gonna shut up. I'm not gonna even say nothing, because if I say something, it's gonna be ugly. When you're doing things like that, you're antagonizing the person, and you're really not leaving the situation gracefully. It's almost like you're leaving it with the intentions of, you're threatening. You're threatening whoever's listening to the situation, like, if I don't cool it, then you're just gonna make me come out of character, and I'm just gonna have to be this way with you. And when you do and you say things like that, the people who are around you, the people that are listening, one of the things is it puts them on the defensive. You might meet that right one that might say, and what are you gonna do? You started it. Or whatever it is when they go down that road of the thing. And then you have to meet that with something. Or I should say, you feel the need to meet that with something, because you're already in a certain mindset because you said what you said. So knowing your limitations is before you even get to that point that you're still within that cool realm. You're still calmly able to think about the situation. You have a way out. And what I mean by a way out, you have a way of calmly exiting the situation to where it's healthy. And keep in mind, with me saying calmly exiting the situation with it being healthy, this does not just have to mean confrontational with you in some sort of verbal altercation. This is in anything that you do, whether there's something going on at the job. I'm not saying you have to exit the job, quitting or what have you. I'm just saying knowing when to bow out gracefully before the situation gets ugly. And keep in mind, you don't have to give that warning on, you know what, let me go ahead and turn the other way because I'm about to really unleash on you. That's not a part of knowing your limitations. We're trying to alleviate that. We're trying to prevent that before it even gets to that point. So, and that's a part of knowing where you end and others begin. Because you're not just talking about you up off in that situation. And I can assure you, in certain circumstances where you're heated or you're not in a comfortable spot, especially if they've gotten well past, a part of you all being cordial to one another, you're not the only one feeling that way. The other person is feeling how they're feeling as well. And that's one of the reasons why altercations exist, is because it gets more and more heightened. You're feeling this way, and then the person's trying to outdo this, and it becomes a pride thing. And then you're up in the ante, and before you know it, you have something on your hands that you really shouldn't have had to deal with if you would have just looked at it with a more calm perspective, more taking emotions out of it, and not having so much pride wrapped up in it and involved in it. Know your limitations. Part of the reason why I discuss a lot of the topics that I do when I'm talking about pride before the downfall, being able to take constructive criticism, all these things, these are things that we can do. They're mental workouts. They're exercises that we can use to work on ourselves. Because you're going to be met with all of the things that we talk about on this channel. All of the things that we're talking about in this video, you're going to be met with these. So, met with these instances of these things. So, it's a part of building up resilience. So, you don't just come crumbling down at the first sight of something not going your way. Know your limitations. That's my take on it. If you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube because this is where I'm hosting my videos at. Check out the book that I left a link for in the description box. I Am Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. Part of what that book does is before each chapter or each section, when you're talking about dealing with your family members, it takes it back to yourself first. So you'll know how to work on you before you go into these situations. Because people are going to be people. That's including you. It's all a question of how much do you want to get wrapped up into the rigmarole that just surrounds us daily. It's my 2 cents on it. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. I'm Ayin. You have a good one.